Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Comfy Org stream. Today is our Comfy Community Hangout with Meepers, Phil, Machine Delusions, and Julian AI Art down below. What's up, guys? How you doing today?
Doing well. What about you?
Yeah, doing
Not too
great.
bad. I'm freaking out because there's way too many cool things to cover, way too many cool things to play with, as usual. But today we're going to play with Cosmos, NVIDIA's new world model. It's not really a new model. It's just now the video prediction model uh, is out, the one like the consumer sized one. So we're going to play with that. We're going to play with their image model. And then the other cool stuff that dropped is there's a bunch of new fine tunes and LoRa's for one. So at some point when we have some time, we are going to go deep into that stuff as well, because the community has been going hard on that. And I don't know, I know I have, Phil, you have, MJ, you like it too. So yeah, I mean, uh, uh, VR Gamer Girl 84, I believe is her handle. Fine tuned a one Flux, not Flux, a one Laura on Fusion X and something else. Basically, just mashed up a bunch of stuff that we had for distilling these Lauras down into something even better. So now I was getting like full video generations, image to video, start and end frame, about like 4 minutes on a 3090 at 720p for like a 90 frame run. So which is like 2 minutes on a 4090. That's bonkers.
hmm
I know I've been using that word a lot lately, but that's because everything comes out and it's bonkers. Right on. So let's jump over to the blog post about Cosmos and kind of digest that real quick. So Cosmos Predict-2 is now out. Let me pull up the screen on my other screen so I can see what I'm talking about. Almost just closed the stream. That would have been fun. All right. Cosmos Predict 2. Cosmos Predict 2 is now supported in ComfyUI. It's a family of foundational world models. I'll play the little video here. Let me just mute that. And then, yeah. So basically, we have native support for Cosmos 2. It does image generation. As you can see here, there's a bunch of examples by me and Chris and a few other people. ComfyUI Wiki, I believe. A bunch of people made cool stuff. And then, this is the image to video model. So this is going from a single image into a video. All this is available locally on NVIDIA cards and, on the cloud and any other ways that you'd like to play with it. Someone in the chat just now said that Cosmos text to image works on their Mac and they're trying video now. So thanks, Peter. Let us know how it goes. That would be awesome. And the image models, you tend to work okay on the Mac. It's just when you get into video, things get a little dicey because
that multi-frame.
so many frames to render.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep trying image models on Macs, but just be prepared for how long it might take. That's all. So yeah, we're thrilled to announce native support for NVIDIA's new powerful model suite, Cosmos Predict-2 in ComfyUI. Cosmos is a family of highly performant pre-trained world foundation models developed by NVIDIA, purpose-built for generating physics-aware images, videos, and world states for physical AI development. The models are available for commercial use under NVIDIA's open model license. You can read about the open model license if you're interested in using this commercially by going to the link in or I guess there's no link, but it'll be in the like the information for the model. There's always a license file. You can go read that to find out what the commercial terms are. All the supported models are linked here. All you do is update Comfy to the latest version. Go to workflow template and get the Cosmos templates. I made a boo-boo and said that this is available everywhere, but it'll be available like tomorrow when the next nightly drops. It is available in the desktop version of Comfy right now. But if you need these workflows and they're not in your browse workflows or your templates, that's because they just haven't been added to the front end yet. So you can either update your front end or just simply go to the blog post for Cosmos, which I will link in the chat description here, And also just go there and just download the workflows. So you can just grab them from here and get to work. The nodes work, everything works in Comfy. It's just the template just needs to be pushed in the next push. That's all. So yeah, you can grab these workflows here and try it out locally. It's pretty cool. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that together. Let's see if I can find the workflow. I guess I could just download it. Let's do that. Where will I get it?
Click and drag, baby. I think that should work.
Yeah. Badoop. All right, cool. So if you need the models, the links are, as always, are in this helpful little markdown thing here. So go grab the models you need. I needed this specific text encoder.
Old
The
T5.
yeah, it's because it's the scaled one.
Mm.
The non-scaled ones will not work. You will need this
Sweet.
specific text encoder to work with Cosmos. Another thing is it's laid out here and explained that the models go into the diffusion models folder. I made a mistake and tried to put them in the UNet folder where I thought these go. And Comfy actually loads a different header for the model depending on what folder it's in this case. So even if it's the right file, but it's in your UNet folder, it won't load when you go to load it. So make sure you follow this this structure here and put the Cosmos Predict models into your diffusion models folder. Yeah, super important. But other than that, just grab the files, put them in the folders, and we'll just go through the different workflows here and all the nodes. So yeah, grab the workflow if you want to play along. But I'll also explain how everything is connected, and because it's very, as you can see, it's quite a simple workflow. It's very similar to the default workflow for like Flux or SDXL, things like that. But yeah, so we have our load diffusion model where we're loading the model, in this case the Cosmos Predict-2 T2I. We're going to leave the weight type alone, but you can set this to FP8 E4 M3FN. I think, I'm not sure, we can test that. You'll need that old T5 XXL file. Make sure you get that in. Type is Cosmos, and the device is default. That'll make it load onto your VRAM, not your CPU. And then load a VAE. We're going to use the WAN VAE. It actually uses the WAN VAE. So that's it. And then we get our empty SD3 latent image, which is just like a regular empty latent image. Determine the size of your canvas here. And then just like anything else, pop a clip text encode in for the clip and send it out to the case sampler. The default settings for Cosmos are a little different than regular ones, so take note of that. We're starting around 35 steps, a CFG of 4. I'm using Euler, schedule K, Keras. Please test, please try stuff. Let us know if there are better settings. That would be awesome. We would love to hear about it. Check us out on Discord and let us know if you come up with anything better than this. So yeah, on a rainy night, a girl holds an umbrella and looks at the camera. The rain keeps falling. Let's try running that.
Oh, buddy. You queued up a lot. 25?
Yeah, let's do 25 of them.
I'm just like, I was
well.
watching your seed function just like randomly flip.
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening?
Let's maybe kill all the extras there.
But yeah, something to note. I mean, all the base template workflows are just starting points, right? And as you guys have started to notice, a lot of these models are coming out. They're using, the same conditioning lines, clip, VE, model patches. Try all the other nodes that fit in between these combinations, right? Things to manipulate conditioning, positive and negative, most likely will work on these models as well.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks solid.
Let's
There's
ask
like a
it.
kind of a cartoony vibe to it, a little bit.
An angry person holding a sign that says, "Is a hot dog a sandwich?" Question mark.
Why do they have to be angry?
This is a very hot debate. I don't know if you're aware of this, but
Wow. Yeah, I got it.
try 25 steps. Okay. I'll do 25 more with this step, with 25 steps.
It did look like it converged quite, like 2/3 through kind of thing.
Yeah. A little slower than Flux on convergence, but as we know from the past, that's not necessarily the worst thing.
Also, something I was messing with Chris the other day was flip the CFG to 1. It still actually works.
Okay. Is there any chance of
Yeah.
less fuzzy?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
I think your mic's getting windy there, Phil.
Sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, maybe put some stuff in the negative just to be safe.
Yeah.
At a CFG of 1, it won't even matter.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, I think my camera just got too hot. That's fun. All right, I'll be back in a moment. I have another camera for this. This happened the other night as well.
Is that your good camera?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to figure out a way to keep it cooler. I don't know how.
You can just blow on
all
it.
right. Yeah. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
This one isn't, I would say. Oh, this one is, I would say, sorry, with all the letters and everything.
On the wall that says Cosmos. All right, let's try and get this camera going again here.
Yeah, I mean, misspelled it.
Oh, CCEMOS. No, that's right. That's how you spell Cosmos, isn't it?
But interestingly,
let's change the res. Let's try like 1920 by 1080. See what happens.
if this is not a distilled model, the fact that it even works at 1 CFG is interesting.
Oh yeah, maybe it would do a better job on the text at a higher CFG. Let me switch over the camera now.
Pers, Mustafa is asking 12 gigabytes, 3060.
Mm-hmm.
What is your VRAM looking like right now?
That's a great question. Let's cook one at 4 CFG again. All right, doing 1920 by 1080. I am hitting 8 gigs.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay.
It's very
Yeah,
well
8
optimized.
gigs. Pretty good.
Mm.
That's pretty good. Yeah, plus I'm streaming. So, you probably would
True.
maybe be able to do this on an 8 gig card. I don't know about loading the model, though. I don't know if that'll take forever or if it'll work.
What is the size of the model? You're playing with the 2B right now. So
This is the 2B. So I think it's like 4 gigs or something.
Damn. Pretty light.
it's pretty, yeah, it is. That is light. Smaller than SDXL.
G movies or GAI models. I can tell you exactly how big it is. One sec. Diffusion models. Cosmos. It is 3.8 gigs. So is the video model actually. Yeah, so it doesn't look like the quality actually gets much better when you go high res. It just kind of takes longer to render. So you probably get better results sort of just doing like a reasonably high quality render and then upscaling that traditionally. You know, I haven't seen an upscaling workflow for Cosmos yet, but it might be possible to do a really good Cosmos run, then upscale it with Flux, or pass it through Magnifique or any of these other API-based upscalers.
Yeah, or just like a SD Ultimate, like a tiling solution, or
Yeah. 1280 by 720 there. 1024 by 1024 was sort of the default. I wonder if we can do tall. Let's try what is it? The other way around. 720
1280,
by
720.
1280. And we'll do a person holding a phone with a person holding a phone on it.
See how far you can go.
Nice.
Wow.
The person's holding a phone on the phone.
Someone better be viewing this on their phone.
Yeah. Hopefully somebody's watching this on their phone for
It's a good idea.
Maximum recursion. It's pretty good. So let's do 1280 by 720. So let's do a full-grown man fighting a giraffe.
You
in
and
a
your
parking
prompt, I love
lot.
it. I swear.
So what I'd like to do is make the base image and then take it into the video predict model and see if we can get it to animate. I think they're just arguing over a parking spot or something.
Oh no! I think the guy didn't. The giraffe didn't put the shopping cart back.
Right. Okay. So now we got this angry fella. So let's copy this image, and we're gonna where's the workflow? I know I have one here somewhere. Good Lord, this output folder. Pure nonsense. I did some Cosmos runs. Where did I put them? Oh, they put them in a folder. Okay, so let's make a new tab and drag this in. So this is the prediction workflow that's on this page as well. Down here, this Cosmos Predict video to world. You can download the workflow here. You can either have a start image or a start and end image. So it can go from one to another or just from one. So we're going to go from one. We're going to go from this guy. Actually, we could make another image, where the man and the giraffe are like hugging or something and then go between them. But for now, let's just try this. So we're going to use the Cosmos Predict 2B video to world 480p 16 FPS model. If you go to this link here at the top, oops, there's a link here for these ComfyUI Cosmos Predict 2 repackaged models. The model I'm currently using is this one here, Cosmos Predict. No, sorry, am I using 2B? Just want to make sure I tell you guys the right one. Cosmos Predict 2 2B video. Yeah, I'm using Predict 2B 480 16 FPS. I'm going to drop that link in the chat there. This is the exact model that I'm currently using for the prediction. Same VAE, same clip as the last one. So like all the same settings, basically. Just make sure anytime you load a new workflow that you go reselect all your models because it'll wig out usually because they're not in the exact same place. You might have them in a subfolder or it might be named slightly differently. So we got our man fighting a giraffe. This is the meat of the workflow here. This Cosmos Predict 2 image to video latent. Here we set our width and height, the length of the animation, and our start and end frame. In this case, we're just using a start frame. Easy peasy. We're going to leave these settings alone and just run it. And this is going to take about 8 minutes on my 3090. We're also going to change this to a man fighting a giraffe for maximum hope.
Appearance, yeah.
All right, we're going to let it run. So
Bedtime
this is going to
story?
take a while. So I actually want to talk about some of the cool stuff that's been happening in Comfy. Let's go back over here. Hello, friends. Let's get this up here. All right, cool.
Yeah, Pers.
Yo.
Before we dive into that, some people are asking like a few things about what are the main selling features of this kind of model architecture. Some people, UMAC was saying they use the superior prompt adherence, and then they use SDXL for character adhesion, et cetera, et cetera. Um, these models from Nvidia are basically like world predicting models.
Mhm.
That's what they tout. The prompt adherence does seem quite impressive. I'm gonna drop the GitHub, the official Nvidia GitHub, to the model page. It's got training scripts in there too. So if these models don't kind of like fill your needs, um, you can just tune right on top of it, straight from NVIDIA. They seem to be advertising this model suite as like for developers, kind of like build on top of it kind of vibe. So I just wanted
Starting
to
point.
shed some light on that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, the base models are base models. They need to be pushed into places for very specific use cases like that. And yeah, the other question was, is there a control net for this? Not yet. Not yet.
Oh,
Not yet.
probably not yet.
I don't know if there will be. Might be. Again, if they release all the training materials, like the community will figure out how to train its own control nets, right?
It seems like
Easily.
a very simple architecture. On the official Hugging Face for all the nerds out there, they said it is um, a diffusion transformer, denoising the latent space, of course. And it's got a network composed of interleaved self-attention and cross-attention feed forward layers as the building blocks. So honestly, it's like the image, specifically the image model, is quite a simple uh, architecture design that, even something like Claude or GPT, given the code, could tear it apart, and you can create modules that you can just slap on the side of these models.
Yeah.
Do we lose
He's
MJ?
back.
There he is.
He's
I'm back. Not sure what happened.
The internet. The internet got rid of you, man.
It did.
I'm trying to pull this up here so we can see it. All right, cool. Let's jump over to this real quick. There we go. And I saw today. I was spelling that wrong. Oh, I see what I did. ComfyUI wiki. There he is. Okay. ByteDance today dropped this thing called Lumi Batcher. It's still Chinese only, not available in English yet. But what it does is it lets you do XY plots, XYZ plots in Comfy without having to add it to your node structure. Like you basically explain to it what you want to compare, and then it goes and bashes it all for you. So like then generates the plot with like JSON and all that stuff. So super, super cool. Definitely worth checking out. If you speak Chinese, if I don't know what language it actually is, but it has not been translated to English yet.
Probably
So,
Mandarin.
yeah,
It's
probably.
Chinese.
But yeah, either way, it looks awesome. Looks promising. Can't wait to see it in action. And Christian Byrne added no hands loop mode for nodes. So let's say I have I have an image and then I've made an image with a thing. Now I can loop that image into another output. So my image output has a through essentially. So now every time I save an image, I can also push that image somewhere else, which is like super duper handy. which is good for flux context and stuff like that. When you want to keep working in a loop,
In a loop.
you want to bring the input out and bring it back in and stuff like that. What else?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Load image from output. Super duper handy. Yeah, load image from output.
Yeah, I think there is that's similar that I've used before, but this one may be.
And also, thanks to K, Blue Leaf, and Comfy, Comfy now has native LoRa training support inside of it. So,
Very well.
let me
Still have
make
to
this
play
big.
with that.
Yeah, let's make this big so it makes a little more sense here. Yeah, so in this PR, he modified to use the new weight adapter scheme in LoRa training node by Yolen. Since the old PR is far beyond the master sync fork to utilize weight adapter schemes, so open a new PR. So we added a train module for LoRa's. So now we are much, much closer to getting like full on LoRa training just right inside Comfy without wrapping it in other stuff. So yeah, thank Cacao Blue Leaf and Comfy Anonymous and the whole team really. Just smashing it.
Yeah, I'm stoked for this. This is huge. This is a paradigm I wanted for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then subgraphs and the new help stuff is really cool. See this little help thing now? Now people can write their own documentation, have it in a standardized format. Now, when you need to look something up in a node, there will be an actual way to do so that's standardized across all node packs. Some node developers have built their own solutions, and hopefully this will alleviate the need to keep doing that.
I love this quality of life and ease of use that have been implemented more and more. It's really cool.
Neko says this new node takes the last image that goes into your output folder. So that node that I was talking about, not so much a loop node, just so much give me the last image I worked on it as an input node, which is
interesting.
Super duper handy. How's our giraffe doing?
Oof. Oh, it's chugging.
Yeah. It's funny. I didn't even try to do this on stream. It didn't even occur to me. Oh yeah, it's taking twice as long.
Why would it be twice as long?
Probably because I'm out of VRAM. Yeah, probably because I'm out of VRAM.
Because you're in shared memory. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, actually, this is a good segue to one of the other things that we were looking at, which was MagCache, which was a T-cache, kind of not a competitor, but like another method of like step optimization, basically. And if you want to pull that up, Percy. Yeah. And so for people who don't know what cache actually does, it's actually super clever. Basically, in the denoising process, like every, take noise away, add a little bit more. Take some noise away, add a little bit more. Well, what T-cache does is it, in that intermediate process of two pieces of noise, it looks at them and says, okay, if the threshold of change is below a certain threshold that you set, just completely skip that step and go to the next diffusion step. And so what tends to happen is eventually you set your threshold, you let it run, and what used to take 20 steps now it takes 12 because it calculated 80% of those steps were just irrelevant, or the threshold of change was too small, so it skipped them. And so now we have MagCache, and I'm not 100% privy on the specifics of how it's different or better, but it's claiming some bold claims: faster, more efficient.
Yeah, they claim it gets to a better result in the same or less time.
Okay, so just straight up quality bump.
This is like an example here. So the original's on the left, T-cache is in the middle. You can see the sort of degradation in quality, and then the MagCache on the right. It's about similar to an original, but if you notice, the speed is about the same as T-cache. So MagCache seems to be a Goldilocks here, where it, quality plus speed, and somehow is still faster as well. So now I have not tested this, so I don't know if this like lines up with reality, but definitely worth investigating.
Yeah, likewise. It's on the list.
Magnitude-aware cache, a training-free
Nerd
caching
graphs,
approach
love it.
that estimates and leverages the fluctuating differences among model outputs across time steps based on robust magnitude observations.
Jeez.
So this is actually kind of easy to explain. If you imagine every time, you guys have seen how an image denoises, right? And you notice how some of those steps look basically exactly the same as the last step. This is a way of determining if that's going to happen. And if that is going to happen, it
Skip
just
it.
attempts to skip that step because it's not different enough from the last step. So yeah, it's a very, very, very cool way to sort of cut out the steps we don't need to make. Because, you know, if your thing was going to take 25, 30, 40, 50 steps, and it takes 5 to 6 to 5, 4 to 8 now, that's a, you know, massive reduction in time. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I think Tcache might be one of my favorite optimizations yet. It's just so clever.
Yeah, it's really neat. I don't know if it can be used with Cosmos yet, but yeah. Somebody asked on the Cosmos page, the Nvidia website says they can utilize a realistic scene from Omniverses to use Cosmos's style transfer. I haven't seen like a specific like input for the image style transfer, but for video, there is actually a style transfer option, I believe, with the image to video latent. No, I think I'm mixing this up with Juan. I think what they probably mean by that is it was trained on physics simulations and stuff. So like we're not technically using the predict image to video stuff, I think, to its full capacity. I think it's really designed to, like, if I'm trying to do robotics or something and I'm trying to figure out, you know, if a robot can fit in a 4-meter space or something, like it can visualize that kind of thing because it has real world understanding. Or, you know, physics simulations like ball pits and wind and sand and stuff like that. It's my understanding that's what it was trained on. So I'm not sure though. We have to dive in more. I've only had a chance to do just a few runs with Cosmos so far. The video model anyway. I've done a lot of runs with the image model and it's pretty cool.
I'm really anxious to see your video, Persier. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I hope it's good.
I
I
hope
mean,
the
it better
giraffe
be.
wins.
It was only 14 minutes to infer it.
Woo!
Woo! This was faster though when I wasn't streaming, so just FYI, that's not indicative of how long it should take. I think my machine's right on the cusp of running out of VRAM right now.
Living on the edge.
Mm-hmm. Almost done. Almost done. Yeah, and also subgraphs. We're going to dive into those soon once they're kind of populated everywhere.
It will need its own episode. That one.
Right now, you need to sort of upgrade your front end to try it out and use an argument. But once it's, you know, an open beta and sort of happening, we'll go through it on the stream and you know, try it out.
That's going to be a quite of a game changer, this one.
Get a streaming PC and a capture card. If only you knew my setup.
Uh-huh.
Boom.
Oh boy.
Well, I mean, they're fighting. 100%. They are glitching in and out of each other, but that happens in pretty much every video model.
Oh, that looks violent.
Yeah, they seem angry.
Dude, I would not pick a fight with a giraffe.
Nah.
No, I definitely wouldn't. Especially me.
Don't they just wind up and hit you with their heads?
Yeah, they do. That's exactly what they do.
Well, then this world model is completely broken because that's not happening here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard, right? It's hard when these new models come out it's easy to dismiss them after a few runs, but honestly, like the community is going to have to find some golden settings, some blocks to tweak on and off. Sometimes that helps a ton.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where, we all get to just mess around and be researchers, basically.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll just play with the image model since the videos take so long to render. But yeah, you can play with these at home. Just grab the workflow off the blog there, and get to kicking. Alien versus Predator chess match, not bad, not bad.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you see the
it's like
there's
actually
always-
the alien, actually the Predator. Usually, it's like a mixture on either side. All right, hit me. Prompt. Come on, people.
a
Okay.
swamp. Okay, go ahead, Phil.
No, please. I'm thinking.
Yeah, me too. I was just say a swamp made out of molten wax, candle wax.
Say that again.
A swamp made out of molten candle wax.
All right. I just tried a frog on a log and a bug.
What was the one that Spence? He's like, what was it? It was a
I got it. I got
cat
it. Yeah.
riding a horse riding frog or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's what I did in VO3. I tested that and I got it pretty far. Like I did a cricket riding a frog riding the cat, and a cat riding a horse.
Oh my
And
God.
we went 3 levels down, I think.
Mustafa asks, this may be a weird question. If I want to be part of the ComfyUI team, is that possible? Is it remote or full-time or what? Please feel free to go to comfy.org/careers, I believe it is, and check out what we're looking for. And drop the link in the chat. And if you don't see something, it's probably worth sending an email anyway with what you're looking to do. And never hurts to ask. I mean, there you go. That swamp is not entirely made of molten candle wax, but there's definitely
Working on it.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
I like these like
working
lily
on it.
pads, like these candle lily pads, wax lily pads. Is actually really neat.
It
So
looks
let's
cheesy.
try a bear jumping into a pool full of a pool full of balloons.
Phil is thinking he's gonna come out with a crazy one. I'm sure.
Oh, okay. No, I already thought of it. You let me know.
Okay, he's just kind of chilling in a pool with some balloons in it, but I'll take it.
It's summer, after all.
Yeah. Just trying to make this big enough so everybody can see sort of everything. All right. What else we got? What was it? A frog riding a cat?
I think Phil was gonna give you another one altogether. But you can try that first.
No, I want to see this one first. I definitely want to see this.
What was it? A frog?
Like you can start with a frog riding a cat, and the cat is riding a horse.
Yeah.
Something
A frog
like that.
riding a cat riding a horse.
Yeah, here we go. You can put it like this. And if it does that well, you can add one more level. Man, they all look the same. It's funny.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh, never mind. The frog is
Yeah, the frog's bigger
huge.
than the cat. It's a bullfrog.
Oh my God.
It's pretty good. A grasshopper riding a frog, riding a cat, riding a horse. They're just getting bigger. Each animal's getting bigger.
Jesus.
Might be an aspect ratio thing as well.
We lost the cat too.
We've
just a bunch
completely
of-
deviated.
Just a bunch of like fun animal friends in the forest having a good time together.
This is a children's book now.
Coloring book. Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty cute. A man furiously eating spaghetti.
Yesly.
Just furiously eating spaghetti. Oh yeah, he hates it.
Music fast. The whole
No wonder
internet
it's got no
hates it at this
sauce
point.
on it. Yeah, I'd hate spaghetti too if I was just eating dry noodles.
Okay, I got one for you, Chris.
All right, hit me.
A glass cup upside down on an obsidian table with a Rubik's Cube balancing on the point inside the glass.
Balancing on the, what was it?
Yeah,
Balancing
point, I guess.
point of the glass. That's a normal side up cup with 2 Rubik's cubes in it.
The
The table's obsidian
Okay.
though.
That's probably a tricky one to solve right there.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what model
I
could
mean,
do this
the
one.
glass
I honestly
actually looks
haven't
quite
tried.
good. The reflections
Looks
of
really
it
good,
looks pretty good. Yeah.
Let's see. I'll try to give you another one right now.
I'll just go back to making pictures with me and my bear. Otherwise,
Motorcyclist in a storm. Yep.
yeah, it's the Riders on the Storm, and it basically doom 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 doom. Kind of looks like Elon.
Try this one.
Cybertruck Riders on the Storm.
Okay, just sent you one.
Oh, he knows what a Cybertruck is.
Interesting.
That's actually a really badass picture of a Cybertruck.
It's the best Cybertruck picture I've seen, actually.
It looks like it's about to hit 88 and go back in time.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Damn, that thing is.
Here comes your jellyfish.
Nice.
That's
I'm
pretty.
gonna have Riders on the Storm in my head for like a week now. Thanks, Neko.
Mustafa is asking if there is an intention for control net model for
Oh,
this,
cool.
and I don't think too early to tell, Mustafa.
Neon jellyfish made of lettuce.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, just to touch on this point for a second. In my observation, I would personally say no. If there was one coming out, it would be community driven. Nvidia is the type of company that's just going to drop a foundation model and then, work on something else.
This is really cool. This lettuce jellyfish.
Yeah, that one's nice.
Oh,
Can you
wow.
turn it into a burger?
I've added tomatoes.
Oh my God. Okay, where's the patty? Where's the bun? Let's go, dude. Actually, though,
And just like that.
with a hamburger patty and fried onions. I should eat before the stream.
that's a really nice picture, though. It's like,
Yeah, these are good. These are cool. Can you try a picture of Bob Ross
look at the
fighting
next
Betty
one.
White? Why would they fight? Now it's just a jellyfish eating a cheeseburger? I don't know if it does celebrities. That's a great
That looks
question.
interesting.
Bob Ross punching Betty White. Actually, no. Betty White punching Bob Ross
You
in the face while he's painting. Betty White sucker punching Bob Ross. Oh, she's just painting a picture. Oh, she's punching a painting of him.
Oh, happy accidents. I get it now. That's incredible.
And that burger would be called a jelly burger, I guess. And I'm sure it would be slimy.
It would be like $90 at some hipster restaurant.
Okay, so I mean, it definitely knows who both of them are.
Yeah. Fighting together, yeah. Betty White and Bob Ross fending off a horde of zombies.
Yeah, now we're done.
I think they're just taking a selfie in front of a horde of zombies.
They're about to do the Thriller.
Oh my god. That's quite the gun she has.
This looks like a 1950s movie poster.
She's wearing the same dress, basically. Well, that's absolutely bonkers. A Cyber City made of CDs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly, Ramon.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree.
Yeah, it really does seem to get what you're prompting, and that's, very important. This one's pretty cool too, actually.
Yeah, it's not bad. How does it do with flat illustrative cartoon? The main thing that I personally see with foundation models is they either lack this data, and everything kind of looks a little bit like clip art or just cheesy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It looks like cartoony almost, like in a sense. Do you think it's because of the lack of lore? Because it's just foundational and just
if it's a world model, it's probably trained on more like real footage than images. But I don't really know.
Yeah,
it really depends on how it was trained, and I don't think they're actually explaining that right now. So.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, that one is interesting.
Oops, I gave parking lot more weight.
Yeah, let's try.
This is a little trick, by the way, in case you don't know what happened there. If you select, say I'm having trouble with this because it's not doing a flat cartoony image, you can select the words you want to give more weight and hit Control and press up and down arrow keys to give that phrase more or less weight in the prompt. So this is an interesting way. And then you can, if you hold Control and hit left and right, it'll jump from word to word. So you can sort of, go weight the stuff you want to weight it, and without having to type the obnoxious syntax. There they go. Now they're fighting. Except it looks like they're just clapping hands and dancing.
Try anime. I'm interested in that.
Anime screenshot of a man playing solitaire on Windows.
Anime screenshot. It's an interesting one.
Oh, it looks like it's going to do it.
What if he was watching our stream? Wouldn't that be creepy?
Don't worry. Unknown, this is going to be recorded, so you'll be able to see this later.
Yeah, don't worry about joining the stream late. These are recorded, and they're all on the Comfy YouTube channel, so you can go back. And he's just playing like an MMO called Solitaire or something. But it's still really good.
I mean, that's 100% anime. Yeah, that looks great.
Yep. And a screenshot of a man going into a convenience store and buying delicious onigiri.
No, Family Mart.
Family
Mart.
Oh, I put convenience store. Convenience store. Convenience store.
Yeah.
Oh, is it a triangle?
It did the thing. Yeah, it is. I think it is.
Yeah,
it did the thing.
Oh, now I want to go back to Japan.
just for that. How many did you have on your last trip in Japan, you think?
Who,
Too many
Phil?
to admit?
Oh, me? Yeah,
Oh,
every
me?
day.
Purse.
I went at least every day.
Oh,
Sometimes twice a day. Yeah.
Yeah,
one a
totally.
day. Yeah.
One a day for sure. It's just a great snack, you know.
Yeah. Of a dog building a boat in the desert.
Yeah, let's try an extreme aspect ratio first.
I think
Try like
this
something
dog is
super
just
wide.
chilling. I think this dog's just chilling in a boat. This dog's gonna die, dude. So
It's going to
somebody
rain.
get
He's
this
waiting.
dog some help.
He's in.
Oh,
let's try
he's
a
too
super wide,
adorable to be
aspect
stuck in
ratio.
a boat in the desert. That's really good, though. It's cute. Do a needle point art of insert a thing
Interesting.
of a New York bagel with salmon on it. How well does it understand specific framing? Can it pull off forced perspective or a Dutch angle straight out of the box? I don't know. Dutch angle of a man smoking. No, a man. Oh, wow. Well, that's interesting. I don't know if it's needlepoint. Standing in an alley. Dutch angle, for those who don't know, is a sort of like tilted shot, which is this is not doing in the slightest. This is just a regular shot. So it looks like not well, but try more. Obviously, you can never tell from one run.
Yeah, first of all, someone asked to try like a different aspect ratio. We should try a super wide one or just
Sure,
something
let's
weird
do
just to see what happens.
1366 by 512.
Mm-hmm.
Octopus mermaid eating sushi made of
I don't like the
banana
Chinese.
wrapper. This one looks kind of outpainted from the sides. I don't know. Let's try octopus mermaid eating sushi made of banana peel.
Peel?
Oh, look at that.
You just framed it.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't think it can do like weird aspects at all. Like, it seems to suffer from that subject thing.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. That was a good test, though. You can see like the.
Well, it's very interesting art.
Nice. That looks great.
Doesn't she know she's not supposed to eat the peel? Silly mermaid.
It's the best. It's the best.
Maybe
You
mermaids
never
like
made
the
your
peel. I don't
That's
know.
all I
I've
ate.
never met one.
You don't see the peel?
Oh.
It's kind of cute the way it did like low poly, like the low poly bears, like just in the shading. Like that's awesome.
Yeah, this one's great.
Let's try well leads here. Hyper realistic analog photo under a dim overpass, 35 millimeter. Jodak, maybe you mean Kodak. Portra 800 film, rich grain, bounce fill, shadows, soft neon flares, yellow date stamp in the corner. I
First is the
don't know about that.
ComfyUI Picasso.
Maybe more like Jackson Pollock without the talent. Well, it's moody.
It's
Mhm,
really indeed.
Pretty sure a silent
It's
at T
moody.
cell for 10 ETH looking like that.
Yeah, at least. Right on, friends. Well, if you want to do more, go download it. It's available. The workflows will be in Comfy main very soon. I'm going to slide it on over to the Q&A just in case anyone has anything they want to discuss before we sign off for the night. But it's been super fun hanging out with everybody. And, I hope you go and play with Cosmos because it's awesome when a big company like Nvidia drops models like this. So show them some love and encourage them to keep doing it because, they don't have to
Mhm.
share. It's nice that they do. But thanks,
Don't cry,
everybody.
Purse.
And then, Friday, what are we doing on Friday? Something cool was happening, I think. I
Yeah.
don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Come back on Friday, y'all. We'll be doing more stuff as we always do. Oh, yeah. Shane F3D.
Oh, nice.
Maybe, yeah, let's see if
It's
ping
quite
him again
possible
right
Shane
now.
F3D will be here. And if not, we'll be here. And no worries. We'll get into some funky nonsense no matter what's up. And then, so Comfy is doing a hackathon. Let me bring up the little thing for that. Oh, hey, look, it's full screen Phil. What's up, full screen Phil? Where is the announcement for the hackathon? I guess it's on Discord, yeah? Let's go over to the old Discord here. Hackathon.
I believe it's on X as well now.
Yeah. Yeah, Comfy Mini Hackathon. So, ComfyUI Mini Hackathon, GitHub HQ, June 26th. There's 2 RTX 5090s up for grabs and an after party. If you are in SF, please go to the Discord or go on X and go register on the Luma. Come on out, hack it, and try and win yourself a big ol' freaking 5090. And otherwise, just come in and hang out and meet everybody.
Yeah.
Like these guys will tell you.
I'll be there.
Meeting other builders and other artists and other AI people in real life is super duper fun. So, can you fly me in? I can't. No, I can't even fly me in. So yeah, there it is. But yeah, if you can make it to SF, come on out. If not, we've been talking about it, and we're going to try and run some cool stuff in the Discord as well for people that aren't physically in SF because it is tough. We know to see these events and not be able to come. So yeah, we'll be doing more community stuff like in the Discord. So watch out for that. We have a learning channel in there, so you'll probably catch me or Phil or MJ or one of us, in there just working on something. So please feel free to come in and you can learn with us or teach us something. Maybe that'd be awesome too. So yeah, thanks everybody. We'll see you on Friday. And we'll see you on the Discord. All the links are on comfy.org.
See ya.
Thanks, Phil. Thanks, Julian. And that's it. We out. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you on Friday.